Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Matt from rouletterecovery.net, and I'm actually here to give away something for free today. That's right, you're going to get something absolutely free. You're actually going to get the baccarat system that I started playing before I developed the new system that I have on my website, rouletterecovery.net. So right away, you can take this, you can go out and start making money today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever you're comfortable, absolutely free. Absolutely free. Now, the system that I have on my website involves a much smaller bankroll, which is always helpful, and it's a lot less riskier than what I'm about to show you right now. And the reason for that is because what we're going to do here is we're going to use the martingale. Now, as you guys know from my last video, not a huge fan of the martingale, but martingale is like money itself. It's just a tool. Any tool can be used properly in the proper situation. My progression method with what I'm about to show you generally wouldn't work as well as the martingale for this, and this is going to be a lot faster if you use the martingale. However, in my new system on the website, not only is it faster than I'm going to show you here and faster than the martingale, but it also makes more money with a much smaller bankroll. For this, you're going to need about a $1,000 bankroll, and that's what we're going to be using today. So it is a little bit riskier, but the probability of winning is still extremely high. Now, you guys might remember Charlie Barley's video about permutations like we talked about the lock theory, and you're actually using the casino to generate a sequence, and then you're forcing it to pick your lock by repeating that sequence. The big difference here is baccarat has a tie instead of a zero. That's going to be very important, and you're going to see why in a moment. So let's open up the casino game here. Here we go. Alright, now, as you guys can see, we're actually in practice mode. You might be saying, whoa, Matt, you said in the last video that people should be skeptical about things shown in practice mode. Well, the reason I'm using practice here is because, number one, this is where I want you guys to be. I want you guys to practice anything that involves real money before you put your money out on the line. You want to get comfortable with something, and you want to make sure that you know the ins and outs before you put any real money down. Okay. Also, I used to use this, and I'm still a pretty big fan of the system, but it's just riskier than what I do now. So I'd prefer not to put any real money on it if I don't have to. Another good thing about the system on my website is you can actually use real money comfortably. You don't have your heart racing out of your chest if progressions go high. As you're going to see here, sometimes progressions can and will get high. But exactly like in the permutations, instead of black and red, we have blue here for the player, red for the banker, and green for the tie. I bet that tie looks familiar because it's sort of the closest thing that you're going to find to the zero in roulette, but it pays 9-1. But see, here is something very interesting. A lot of players don't know this about baccarat, even players that have been playing for a long time. But unlike roulette, let's say you have $5 on the tie, and you have $25 on the player, what's going to happen is if this tie hits, you're going to get paid out 9-1, but you're going to get your $25 back. You don't lose what you have on player or banker. That money comes back to you. So you know in roulette, if you have $25 on red, for example, and you have $5 on the zero, yeah, you're going to cash out big, but you're going to lose that $25. That doesn't happen with baccarat, and that is huge. That is a huge benefit and a huge reason to play this game. So let me clear this board out. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to generate a sequence of 6. And once we get our sequence of 6, we're actually going to play the opposite of that, and I'm going to show you exactly how we do that because there is a very important trick to it. So let's get some sequence generated. And now when you have a buck on player and a buck on banker, that's kind of like a cancellation. Okay, as you can see, we didn't make any money, we didn't lose any money. Now if the banker hits, you're going to lose 25 cents because the banker takes a little bit of a commission. But trust me, it's not going to be a problem when you see how much we make in the end. So far we have blue, blue. As you can see, it goes downward here. Doesn't go across. It will eventually, but the game works in sequences of going down. Let's do a rebet. Okay, so we got blue, 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 red. Let's keep it going until we have 6. Another red. Okay, so we have blue, 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 red, red, red. Now the thing is, with RNG, the random number generator, the code is preset, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to interrupt and reset that code. How do we do that? It's just as simple as Super Nintendo. We're just going to reset the game. So now that the game is reset, we have a brand new spread. That's very important to do, a brand new spread, because with that, now you have a new code. So you're not only challenging the game to repeat itself, you're challenging it to repeat itself on a brand new code. It's like if you see a sequence in a live casino at a live table, and then you go to another table and see the exact same sequence. What are the odds that 2 different tables, 2 different lines of code are going to produce the same results? In my experience, it hasn't happened yet. It's gotten close. I've seen it go 5, I think 6 once, but every time I've done this, I've never lost. I've always come out ahead. So now that we have our sequence, which we're going to type out here in my handy dandy notebook, as you can see, very low tech, we're going to type the opposite of what we had. So we had blue, 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 red, red, red. We're going to type red, 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 blue, 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 because that's what we're going to be playing. So for this, we're going to put $1 on tie, because in this game, that's considered the house advantage, but it's 14% of the game. That's very important to keep in mind. So we're going to check our sequence, make sure we got it. We're going to go red, 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 blue, blue, blue. So the banker is red. You'll see those colors showing up here again. Okay, we lost that one, so we're going to double that down. The old martingale. And so far the casino is repeating, but I'm not nervous. Let's put a little cheese on that Whopper. Still coming after us, but no need to worry. So far it's going still. Aha, there it is. And we win. So as you can see, we're up to $71. Definitely added a little bit more than I should have. It wasn't a full martingale. It was almost a little bit of an increased martingale. Don't necessarily always have to play that way. I'm a little more confident than most players. When you practice, that's okay, but when you're actually playing the game, you want to do the exact straight martingale. And I have a spreadsheet too. If you guys want me to email you a spreadsheet, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, kind of like Charlie Bell used to do. My phone number and my email is in the description below, as long with my website. Go ahead and check that out. Send me an email, send me a text, and I'll get that spreadsheet to you. But let's do a little bit more here. We're already up a really good chunk of change. So we are going to generate another code. So we're going to reset the game. And we're going to do our cancellation bet to get the code. Okay, we got a red. And I find it easier to go in colors instead of saying player, 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 banker, banker, banker. It's a lot more recognizable, a little easier to remember. Okay, now this is very important. As you can see, we have a tie, a green. And as you notice, we got our money back that we had on the board. So that proves right now that if a tie hits, even if you're not covering the tie, you get your money back. So once that green shows up, that is a disruption of the code. That's an interruption. So if we see that green within the first 6, we immediately restart. Now, as you can see, this is a little bit time consuming. You won't have to do anything like restarts with my system on my website. But when you're new, you want to exercise patience too and get used to that. This isn't really something that you want to do, 5-6 hours in a row. I recommend doing it maybe at the top of every hour. Make a quick $10-15 and then just kind of go from there. Alright, so we got red, blue. Need 4 more. Let's keep generating. Now again, as you can see, when these bankers are hitting, or the reds, you will lose 25 cents. But in the long term, trust me, it's well worth not having to put any real money down on the board to get the code. Okay, so this one's a little bit scrambled, so it's important that we jot this one down. Really should jot down every one of them just to make sure, because trust me, you don't want to make a mistake doing this and lose money for that reason. It takes a little while to get over, because I've done it before, and you're kicking yourself all day long. So let's get the notebook out. And we have red, blue, blue, red, red, blue, so we're going to type in the opposite. Blue, red, red, blue, blue, red. And we are going to disrupt the code. Hit the reset. Alright, check back with our notebook. We're going to start with blue, red, red, blue. We'll start with that. Remember to cover the tie, because if it hits during gameplay and you don't have your money down, you're going to be really frustrated. Right off the bat, there it is. First progression, $4 in the bank. So you don't want to continue on with this code. You don't want to keep generating and then use this. You want to start fresh. You want a brand new code. So we're going to go ahead and reset the game and get a new code. Okay, so here we're going to be generating. Now, Bovada does have a faster version of baccarat. It's called Classic Baccarat, but it really doesn't break down the winnings over here, or the scoreboard rather. And that can be especially confusing when you're new, because then you have to take a piece of paper, jot everything down. Oh, there's our tie. So we immediately reset. Yes, it can be a little frustrating because, it does eat up into your time, and we all know what time makes, or creates rather, money. But again, patience is a virtue. Impatient gamblers are gamblers who lose. Now, impatient players, they're really in trouble because they're not players, they're gamblers. People who have patience are always the ones that come out victorious, as you're going to see here. So we got red, blue. Looks like it's doing a back and forth. I believe that's called the chop, but my casino lingo is not as good as it used to be. Red, blue, red, blue. Alright, threw another blue at us. Alright, so we got red, blue, red, blue, blue, red. So we are going to log this, and we are going to interrupt it after the reset period. We're down 75 cents. Oh no, trust me. We're going to be just fine. No need to worry. So we're going to log the opposite of what we see, not the same. You don't want to go with the permutation. You always want to go against, because you're challenging a repeat. So we're going to write blue, red, blue, red, red, blue. So we're going to start with blue, red after the reset. And of course, we're going to cover the tie. Let's see what we got to start off with. Okay, so blue, double it down. And on the second, there it is. $2.50 profit. Not a lot of money, but it's safe money. Reset. New code. And I gotta tell you, one of the perks of the system on the Roulette Recovery website is you don't have to reset the game really ever. It's kind of one of those things, like anything, you don't want to sit there all day long and do it, but you can definitely sit there for a long time and play so safely. And just not have to, reset all the time. Unless, of course, you're ending the game. Blue, blue. So this is what we're seeing here. Again, really something you want to try to do like at the top of the hour. Make a quick 10, 15 bucks and just get out. Give the game time to cool off. Let things reset. It's not really something you want to get locked into for too long. Because like I said, you have to concentrate, you do have to pay attention. One chip in the wrong spot can be disastrous. So you want to be very careful. So, we're going to record the opposite. Red, 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 blue, blue, blue. And we are going to reset. Alright, let's drive this puppy home. Red, 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 blue, blue, blue. Easy enough. Come on, game, give us one at the top. Close the video on a positive note. Oh, let that be a lesson. Never ask the casino for a favor. Keep it on red. Oh. There we go. End on a strong note. I like that. Well, not super strong, but hey, it's always better than a loss. So, as you can see, we've won every single game in a row. Every single one. It did get a little hairy sometimes, but that's the risk and the reward of the martingale. So that's why you want to be very careful. However, keep in mind with my newer system, it's just a lot faster and it's a lot safer. And when you can mix speed with safety, that's huge. A lot of the times that people fall in love with the martingale system is because when you win, you at least get one unit back, and it's a lot faster than having to climb up. With my system on Roulette Recovery, you don't have to use the martingale because you never really have to climb yourself back up. Okay, yes, you're going to go down a little bit. Yes, you're going to have to come back a little bit. But the joys of it is you don't have to make those heart racing double down, double down, double down, fingers crossed. I mean, you saw how we got when we went to the 5th progression and it hit on the 6th. That's the farthest I've seen it go. You guys have just seen that now. But when you go to my website, one of the things that you're going to see is when you play it my way, all that heart racing is gone. All that nervousness. It's just a calm, smooth way to do things. But this is still good. What I've just shown you, this still works. As you've seen, it's still valid. You can use it to make some money right now. If you have any questions about it, feel free to shoot me an email. That's going to be in the bottom of the description along with my phone number. Shoot me a text pretty much any time. Sometimes it might take me 24 or 48 to get back to you. 24 hours, 48 hours. But and I can also email you that spreadsheet. Shoot me an email and I'll show you the exact progressions that you want to use for this game. So if you guys have any questions, hit me up. And just remember to visit the website, check out the terms and agreements. I'm going to be uploading another video where I'm actually verbally going through the terms and agreements to make sure there's no confusion. Because I want to build a system where I'm only making good money if you're making good money. Yes, there's an upfront cost like there is with everything, but I want something to be symbiotic. I want to make sure that everyone's winning, because there is no I in team. However, TEAM to me says time to earn a lot of money. And it's always easier to earn money with other people than by yourself. So again, this is Matt, Roulette Recovery. You've just seen the free system, which you can go out, make money with right away. My gift to you guys. And if you have any questions, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, and I'll be looking forward to speaking with you all very soon. Cheers.